Hello, welcome to the Richardson Simple Living. My name's Maria. If you're new here, I vlog home life things and mainly cooking, which is what we're going to be doing today. We're coming into Easter now. It's the run up to Easter, so I thought we'll do something a little bit Easter themed. I'm going to do something in the microwave. I've never tried it before. I'm not really a microwave cooker. I don't cook in the microwave. I know I'm not a microwave cooker, but yeah, I don't normally cook in the microwave. Well, oven is my favourite form of cooking, to be perfectly honest. I like cooking in the oven, but I thought, well, we'll try a few more things in the microwave. We do a lot in the air fryer, and I enjoy using the air fryer and practicing what I can do. I thought, well, I'll go a bit with the microwave. So I was looking for a recipe with Easter in mind, and I came across this hot cross mug cake. I don't know if any of you have heard of it or ever done one. So I thought, we'll give it a go. It's quick and it's easy. And it should resemble a hot cross bun in a mug when it's done. Note how I say it should. So I'll bring you down and you can have a look what I'm doing. Now I'm following the recipe because I've Googled it, so I've got my other phone there and I'm following what it says. So it starts off by wanting 3 tablespoons of self-raising flour. So got that there. So 1, 2, 3. I'm not actually using tablespoons. I thought I'll use my bread one for my bread machine. Don't know why I never thought of it before, really. We want a tablespoon of light brown sugar. I can get into it. There we go. And then we want half a teaspoon of cinnamon. So we've got one here. I don't know actually if I'll get this in here. We'll see. I don't know. Or we might. This one's nearly empty, but I have got another one. It's hard to catch. Don't want to put too much in because it's only mug cake and we don't want it to be overpowering. I think that's more like a quarter than half though. Try and catch it if we can. Maybe. We'll go with that. We'll leave it like that. So I think then what we do, I'm not sure, I'll flip my page over. So we then mix it together. It says a medium sized mug. Never thought to get a spoon out to mix it. So we'll just mix that in there, especially the sugar, because I find soft sugar sticks. So make sure it's all mixed in. It's a nice sort of brown colour now. Smells nice. Right, so then we're going to use vanilla extract, sunflower oil and some milk. So we'll see how much we need. We want half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, which is that, which is another sticky thing. So we'll just measure half in here. That's enough. Quite a lot really for a small mug. Put my lid back on that. Oh, smart my fingers. Sticky job. We want a tablespoon of sunflower oil and 2 tablespoons of milk. Well, I'll probably put the milk in first. So what did we say? 2 tablespoons of milk. Now, it might be better to doing it the other way. Can we see all right? I have to remember which side to stand so you can see. So 1, 2. There we go. Whoop. I was hoping to balance that. Everything's a disaster. Right, I'll see if I can reach the oil. Actually, forgot to bring the oil out. There we go. And what did it say? Tablespoon of sunflower oil. I normally use like olive oil, but I've gone back to my old oils because I just can't afford the olive oil. It's too expensive, and I refuse to pay £5-6 for a small bottle of olive oil, for saying I barely use it anyway. Right, let's put that to one side then. Just wipe my hands again. So we've got them in. So we're going to mix that together now. I think what I might do, actually, it doesn't say to put any baking powder in, but I might just put half a teaspoon in, because I find when I do the mug cakes, although that doesn't say to put any in, some recipes I've seen do, and I think I could get away with perhaps putting a little bit in, so I'm just going to put half a spoon of it in. We just put half of baking powder in. The recipe doesn't actually say that, but that's just me going off my own back. So we're going to mix that all in. It's quite a stiff dough. Right, and then it says to put 10 grams of sultanas or raisins in. I couldn't measure 10 grams because mine went up in 25. I don't really work in grams anyway, as you know, I'm more pounds and ounces, but mine seemed to go up in 25 grams, and I couldn't ascertain where 10 was meant to be. So I thought, a pinch and a bit. And it was stuck together. So I've just got that many sultanas, and I'm going to put them in, because the recipe also said you can put 5 of the mini, not cream eggs, the little Terry's orange eggs, and you can put 5 of them in, make it orange flavoured. But I'm not doing that. I want to stick to like a traditional sort of thing. So it doesn't matter if I've got a few extra sultanas. Make up for the eggs not being there. So I'm going to put them in. Mix them in. I really hope this works out. It's quite a stiff mixture. It smells nice though. Must admit, it smells lovely. To make sure I turn it all around so it's all mixed in well. Should flat to the bottom. Now where it starts to get a bit complicating is it says to microwave it on full power for 90 seconds, but it doesn't say what wattage that is for. All it says is cooking time may differ by 10 to 20 seconds depending on the power of your microwave. So I'm not sure what wattage to put it on, what number to put it on. I will probably go, I mean, on average, I think an average microwave's roughly 800 watts, but mine's lower than that. It's a 700. So I'm thinking, would the 90 seconds sort of been averaged to an 800 watt one? So I'm thinking, well, 9 seconds, a minute and a half. So shall I go 2 minutes, or shall I stick to the minute and a half? Because it's easier to go over, well, go back on and do it a bit more if it's not done. But then I'm thinking, well, would 30 seconds make a difference, or would it come out like a burnt brick? This is where you're always having to gauge things, and when you hit on it right, write it down what you've done, because everything differs for whatever appliance you've got. It always differs, so it's best to just tinker around with the recipes and just write it down when you know you've got it right. And if you're like me, remember to write it down, because I forget. I think, oh, I'll do it later, and then I don't. Or I write it on scrap bits of paper, but I forget to write what it was for, and I find lots of different timings and temperatures on scraps of paper, and I'm thinking, now what was that for? And I never know. So do it properly. Yeah, I've got a proper book where I can write all this in, but oh dear, no. So let's show you what it looks like before it goes in then. That's what it looks like. Like I say, you can put little mini orange chocolate eggs in. I've just put sultanas in. So we're going to pop that in the microwave. I think I will stick to the 1.5 minutes because I don't want it to end up like a brick. Bring you around so you can see. Got a nice fruit cake in there. Dean was baking at the weekend and he baked fruit cake. He's quite good at cooking. He does all the Sunday dinners. I ought to film him doing one Sunday for you all to see. But he does like cooking. Mainly savoury things, but he does do a fruit cake. Anyway, let's see. Let's put that on high. And what did I say? 90 seconds, a minute and a half. There we go. We'll see what it comes out like, and if we feel like we've got to put it in for a bit more, it'd be better to do that than go over and it come out really burnt or hard. So we'll leave that go for a minute. Okay, so beat, we'll fetch it out. I'm not entirely sure. It seems a bit wobbly, but we'll do the knife test on it. We'll pop the knife in it and see. Oh no. Oh, it is. Just doesn't seem to rise very much. Maybe my mugs are too big, but I find that as well with the other mug cakes I do. Oh, it smells divine though. Oh gosh. It hasn't risen very well. All the mug cake recipes I see, they rise right to the top. And they seem to be in similar size mugs, so I don't know. Maybe I need to find a smaller mug. But there is something else to do on top of it then, which is going to be hard now that it's inside of the, inside the cup. It's not risen. I want to get some strips of paper, but I'm going to have to make them a bit smaller now to get in there. I don't know. Just place them across. We're going to do them like a cross shape. If we can. It's made it hard because it's not risen right above. And then we're going to put a bit of cinnamon on. Actually, I think I'll break that one down a bit more because it's bouncing off it. See if this works or not. Oh God, I can't even keep it on. Bring it down even more. There we go. We're going to sprinkle cinnamon on. Don't want too much. I could do with a better sprinkler really. And lift these off if I can without spilling it over. And roughly we should have like a cross shape. Can you see that? It has worked out. Oh, a bit hot, should hold it by the handle. So yeah, there we have it. A hot cross mug cake. All that remains is to taste it, see what it tastes like. Imagine very cinnamony with all that cinnamon on top. I'm wondering if there's something else, sort of, could dust it with something else maybe. Maybe, I don't know, what would you like to dust it with? Icing sugar, bit of flour, I don't really know, because cinnamon might be a bit much. But we'll taste it and we'll see. We'll get a spoon and we'll taste it. I can get to the bottom of it. Just hang on a minute. Right, let's bring it back down so you can see what I'm doing. Get the spoon in. There we are. So it is nice and spongy, as you can see. Tastes nice. The only difference between that and a hot cross bun is that hot cross buns have got that like stickiness on top. This hasn't got the stickiness on top. But I suppose there's ways of doing that. Very, just tastes like an hot cross bun. I wonder what it tastes like with the chocolate eggs in it. That's nice. It is nice. I mean, you wouldn't eat loads of them. You'd perhaps just have the one. But it does taste very nice. Nice for an Easter treat. So that's that then. That's today's experiment. I'd say taste-wise it's a success. Well, it's a success anyway. I just need either a smaller mug or double the recipe, in which case I've got to alter the times and everything then. But yeah, maybe a smaller mug. I'll have to have a look what other mugs I've got, because this is quite a big mug. So that's that for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully join me again tomorrow, all being well. Tomorrow's Tuesday and I've been doing scones on a Tuesday, so we'll have a look what different scone I can do tomorrow. And then Wednesday, if I can get out to film the garden, it'll be the garden collab. Victoria's already put hers up, but I'll leave links for all of that anyway on Wednesday when I do that. So Wednesday, that should be that. And then the end of the week, we'll be back to air frying. So thank you for watching and hopefully see you tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye.